Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our weekly webinar. I'm really excited today to talk to you about book cover design, judging a book by its cover. So we're going to jump right into it. I'm Moxie with Squibbler. I'm the community manager. In this webinar, you're going to learn how to plan for your book cover. You do need to have some planning in mind. You're going to look at how to choose images and fonts. We'll take a look at how you can work with a professional designer and how you can use your cover, just your cover, to market your book. So, how important is your book cover? We've all heard the adage, as you saw in the title of this webinar, don't judge a book by its cover, but readers definitely do this. In fact, market research has found that the majority of readers do make their book selections based on the cover. This means that your cover can actually gain or lose sales for you. It's that important. How important is it? It should include and accomplish a number of things. Your book, it's got a lot of pressure. Your book cover needs to create interest. It should intrigue people. It should set the mood of your book. It should instill curiosity. It should make people want to turn it over and read what the back is about. And it should somehow hint at the theme of your book. Your book cover should also look professional. It should reflect your genre that you're working in. It should have clean design and very clear fonts. So there are three parts of the book cover, and all three are important. The front is the cover, of course. The second part, as you see here, is the spine. And the third part is the back cover. The front part of your cover should be clear and clean and uncluttered. Avoid too many fonts or complex images. The spine should have a clear font that's easy to read, and usually it's in contrasting colors, so it really pops out on the shelf. Your back cover should have a strong description of what is in the book that's going to entice your readers to want to read the book. Sometimes they also include a small author photo and a short bio. That's up to you. So to plan your cover, that's what we're going to discuss partially in this webinar. And when this webinar is uploaded onto Discord, into our Discord server, it's going to have an accompanying free worksheet to help you plan for success with your cover. The best way to create a strong cover for your book is to conduct research and hire an artist if you don't have experience in design. So the first part is conducting research, and that sounds like it's going to be dull, but in this case, it's really fun, especially if you're a writer and your reader. You're going to go to your local bookstores or check out titles on online bookstores. You're not going to need to take notes during this part of the webinar, as you're going to have materials on the worksheet that you can access in the Scribbler Discord resources library that will help you with all of this information. So it is important to understand the potential audience for your book, just as it is when you're writing your book. You should conduct some market research. You want to ask yourself who buys the books in your genre. See what age they are, what gender they are, and think about the emotions that your audience are going to connect with in your book. And you may want to add those to the worksheet. You want to look up information on popular authors in the same genre that you're writing. Who makes up the majority of their audience? Same question as you had on the previous slide. What gender are they? What age are they? What emotional connection are you going to be able to make with the same audience? And what do these readers think of the cover designs that their favorite authors are releasing? A lot of the times, authors will put these book covers up when the book is announced and that the cover has been created. So you can do a little research and see how writers respond to these covers. A little caveat, though, the research should only be with current books. You don't want to look at books from the 1980s, 1990s. We want to try to look for readers and covers that are in bookstores now. If you're not in reading groups for the genre that you're writing, it's a really good idea to join these groups. So for example, if you write romance or you write thrillers or you write mystery, you can find these digital communities online. And it's a good idea to join these groups because you could see the covers that are going to resonate with readers. So if someone posts a cover, you can see what people's likes are and what their dislikes are. You can even create a post to ask readers what some of their favorite covers are in that genre. And most readers will be excited to share their thoughts. They'll share photos of the covers they like, and you'll have more information for your notes and more samples to look at. The next thing you want to think about is genre. So this is, you're going to have a chance to stroll through a physical bookshop or a digital bookstore. So take a notebook with you or use the notes function on your phone and don't get distracted. You want to go directly to the genre you're writing and take a look at the books. Don't go wandering off into other genres. This isn't a shopping expedition. This is just for research. So, and online, you can look at the top selling books in your genre and be prepared to take notes on the details. You can even ask the people who work in the bookstores, the booksellers, what books are hot in that genre. What are people buying, and what covers are attracting people in the same genre you're writing, and you'll have a lot more information to work with. So another thing to think about with genre is color. What colors are popular for books in the genre that you're writing? What do you notice about the fonts that you're finding on these books? How many different fonts are on the cover? You're not going to find too many in most cases. Do these books make use of images in the genre you're writing? And what do these images look like? Are they people? Are they animals? Are they inanimate objects? What are people buying? And what do the covers look like? There are different types of book covers. There are several really popular types, and we're going to talk about a few of those here. And those are font-based covers, object-based, character-based, or theme-based. These are the most common. It's always smart to see what the trends are for books in your genre. For example, if you're writing thrillers, what are most thrillers? Are they font-based? Are they object-based, character-based, and so forth? So here's an example of a font-based book cover. I thought this one was really interesting. And the font-based book cover is going to rely on both the title of the work and the strength of the font, which is usually a contrasting cover with the cover background. You'll see here it's white on black. It's a very simple cover, but it's witty and playful. And this is from Z's book cover from On Gravity. And it shows you how just a font alone can make an impact, because here, the wittiness here is that gravity has failed with the title. The object-based book cover is another type of cover that you could look at, and it's going to rely on the impact of an image or an object. This should be an image or object that reflects the tone and theme of your book. So for Anthony Horowitz's cover for Twist of the Knife, this image and this object perfectly incorporates the title, the genre, and we know exactly what we're looking at here. It's a crime or mystery. And the contrasting use of colors is brilliant as well. So the character-based book cover relies on a character, and that is usually going to be the protagonist or the antagonist. And you see a lot of this with the Harry Potter series and so forth. I thought this one was really captivating as well. This is from Carolyn Kepnes's You, and it perfectly captures the creepy tone and the character in her novel. The theme-based book cover is going to rely on the message of the book, and it's usually encapsulated in one image. Should be an image that's going to reflect the theme of your book. So for this, I chose a nonfiction one, since a lot of you are writing nonfiction as well. And this is on Jonathan Haidt's cover for The Anxious Generation. This strongly picks up on the theme of anxiety and pressure on youth. You can see this young girl on her handheld device. She's got all these smiley faces and comments around her. So you kind of get this sense of tension, anxiety, and pressure on this child that's centered in the middle. It's a very effective cover. So there are many options for designing your cover if you decide to do this on your own, but there are some warnings. If you use stock photos or popular websites like Canva to design your book cover, you need to be aware that you cannot claim copyright over those images or designs. So other writers can use those images for their covers, and their covers of their books may look very similar to yours, and then readers could confuse them with your book as well. One way to make sure that you get unique work is to hire an artist. We do have this service in Squibbler with our talented design and cover design team, and the fee is actually very modest when you compare professional design with other companies that charge for this. You can also research cover design artists on other platforms if you would like to. If you hire an artist, you want to make sure that they understand what it is you're looking for. You can use your notes from the worksheet that you'll have with this webinar to help you discuss your expectations with your artist. You want to make sure you discuss your ideas for colors, for your genre, and so forth. It's also very helpful to provide them with some recent covers in the same genre to guide them. So this is where your note-taking will help as well. Move over. Okay, also about cover design artists, you get what you pay for. You will have to have the front cover, the back cover, and the spine designed for you. And all of those should blend seamlessly together. They should fit, they shouldn't be fragmented, or the front cover shouldn't be a completely different style from the back cover. You want to be as specific as possible about your ideas and provide samples, as we've already said. If you do not personally have design skills, it's better to hire someone with experiences because, as we saw at the beginning of this presentation, you could lose sales with a poorly executed cover. Once you have your cover design in place or several designs ready, maybe you have several ideas that you can send a poll to readers in that genre, especially if you're in groups where people are reading the same genre you're writing. So you could create a poll via social media or ask some people that you trust who read that genre. You want to ask people who are honest with you. Also ask if they would buy the book alone just based on the cover. Is that cover compelling enough for them to pick up and want to buy the book? If any of the feedback that you get from your polls or your questioning your readers or your friends is useful, you might want to revisit your cover design and discuss the feedback with your artist as well. So there are a lot of ways you can use just your cover to market your book. Once you have your professional cover designed, you're happy with it, you're ready, you've gotten good feedback on it, it's time to start sparking interest. So just like in a burlesque show, you can spark interest just by teasing with parts of your cover on your social media or newsletters. You want to let readers discuss the glimpse that you're sharing. It could just be a profile, it could be a part of something on your book cover. Just make sure it's compelling, whatever it is, and let people discuss what they think is going to be on the rest of the cover. You can also do a live cover reveal on Instagram. This is really fun. It's fun to watch these happen, or on Facebook Live or TikTok, whichever forum you really like to use. Just make sure that you also use appropriate tags so people can find your reveal. So you would use things like hashtag romance for romance novels, hashtag reading, hashtag book talk on TikTok, hashtag bookstagram for Instagram, and so forth. This is going to help readers find your event as they're already in the live feed. Another thing that you can do after your big reveal is add your book cover as banners or cover pages for your social media sites. Include the links to pre-orders for purchase. You can also create even more interest in your book by including an animated book cover or a book trailer for your book on your social media sites. Those are always fun to see. Another way that you can generate interest is by creating merchandise for your book. You can send out postcards, you can create a t-shirts, you can have bookmarks. That's always very easy because you can just hand it to people. They'll see your book information and they can use it in their own books as they read. You could create stickers. These are all a good way to spread the word that your book is about to be airborne. So we will upload, as I said, this webinar to our Discord server, and it will be accompanied by a book cover design worksheet to help you plan your cover. So in this webinar, we did review how to plan your cover. We looked at images and font ideas and the types of images you can use. We looked at how to find a professional designer and how to work with them, and then some ways to market your book just by using your cover. Hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.